Welcome back to the Fantasy Pros YouTube channel. My name is Andrew Erickson, and today we're going to be breaking down and discussing my Week 2 usage report, talking about players that you should be buying, holding, and selling before Week 3. But first, if you want a chance to win a signed Derrick Henry Tennessee Titans jersey, courtesy of our friends at Pristine Auction, you need to subscribe to that Fantasy Pros YouTube channel right now, comment below on this video, and that's it. We'll be announcing a winner right here on the channel, so make sure to turn on those notifications so you can be alerted when new episodes are up and to claim your prize. Now let's talk about Week 2 usage. Wide receiver Brandon Ayuk. There's been a lot of turnover in the 49ers offense through 2 weeks, with all the injuries that the team has sustained from their backfield to the quarterback position. But the one constant has been Brandon Ayuk, operating as the wide receiver 1 in the passing game. He led the team in routes run in Week 1 and continued that usage with a 92% route participation rate in Week 2. He also led the team in target share with Jimmy G under center in Week 2, 33% target share. I expect him to take advantage of a banged-up Broncos secondary that could be without star cornerback Patrick Surtain in Week 3. So for that reasons, Brandon Ayuk is a hold. Running back Dameon Pierce. The Bears cannot stop the run. No team has allowed more total rushing yards per game or faced more rushing attempts this season than Chicago. Needless to say, we should be getting a healthy amount of Dameon Pierce in a plus matchup, which is why he is a buy. The rookie reclaimed RB1 duties during Week 2, out-touching Rex Burkhead 16-2, while seizing 100% of the running back carries for 69 yards. Burkhead had 0 second-half touches. Luckily, Pierce didn't convert his usage into crazy production, so I think he can still be had through trade after seeing a 62% snap share compared to his 29% snap share in Week 1 and dominant 89% opportunity share as the Texans' bell cow running back. Wide receiver Treylon Burks. Burks is a hold across all formats. His route participation skyrocketed in Week 2 to 73% with Ryan Tannehill under center after a 37% route participation in Week 1. He maintained a high target share for a second straight week of 27%, and he looks to be en route to becoming the no-doubt wide receiver 1 in the Titans' passing offense. His 22% target share and 28% air yard share lead the Titans this season, and that's despite him running just 30 routes through 2 games, which ranks 4th on the team. His 37% target rate per route run is nearly identical to Detroit Lions wide receiver and breakout star Amon-Ra St. Brown. Running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So CEH has averaged just 11 touches per game over the last 2 weeks. Yes, he's been extremely efficient on his opportunities against 2 extremely soft run defenses. But concerns about how he will fare without the volume in tougher matchups, his opportunity share ranked 24th in Week 2 at the running back position. So for me, he remains a sell-high option, with both Jerick McKinnon and Isaiah Pacheco seeing opportunities at the goal line the last 2 weeks. Not to mention, McKinnon is being involved as much, if not more, than CEH as a receiver out of the backfield, that he posted the exact same route participation in Week 2. Wide receiver Curtis Samuel. Waiver wire darling Curtis Samuel and his 24% target share is presenting a problem for Terry McLaurin. The only reason TMC hasn't totally tanked is due to his team-leading 26% air yard share. But every other metric from a usage standpoint suggests that Samuel will continue to be Washington's most productive fantasy wide receiver as long as he remains healthy. The wide receiver running back hybrid has led the Commanders in targets in back-to-back weeks while hitting a season-high route participation rate in Week 2 of 89%. Hold on to him, and more importantly, keep starting Curtis Samuel. Only Cooper Kupp has had more combined carries and targets than Samuel, who has 25 in just 2 games. Running back Ramondre Stevenson. So Stevenson was buried on the Week 1 depth chart, playing just 25% of the snaps. However, he saw just 1 fewer touch than Damien Harris and looked explosive with the ball in his hands. Fast forward to Week 2, with no Ty Montgomery and a lack of overall juice in the Pats offense, Stevenson's role increased to a 62% snap share because he ran 15 more routes, 25 versus 10, than Damien Harris. His route participation was 61%, a top 10 mark on the week. Those are suggestions and indications that Ramondre Stevenson is a buy for people that are looking to get off the preseason superstar. Running back Jeff Wilson Jr. Jeff Wilson earned a lone goal line carry in Week 2 along with 2 red zone targets. Alas, He was vultured in the rushing department on more than one occasion to quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo and fullback Kyle Juszczyk. But even so, Wilson still totaled 20 touches, and that makes him a hold as a weekly fantasy RB2. Because odds are he won't always be left out at the goal line. He has 5 carries inside the 10-yard line over the last 2 weeks with 0 scores, and the 49ers are down another running back after Tyrion Davis-Price suffered an ankle sprain. Case in point, if you wanted to sell, you do it after a multiple scoring touchdown week. The 49ers running back has scored the 3rd most fantasy points under expectation at the running back position. He's the RB33 in total points, but RB17 in expected points in PPR scoring. Positive regression should be coming his way as the most trusted runner in the San Fran backfield. Wide receiver Allen Robinson. Robinson was heavily involved again from a playing time standpoint for the Rams in week 2, posting a 97% route participation rate. He converted his routes into 5 targets and 4 catches for 43 yards. He also scored once and had another touchdown removed because of a timeout. There was clear effort to get him the ball in the red zone, but I'm still concerned that he posted just a 14% target share and target rate per route run, which ranked inside the bottom 5 among wide receivers at least 5 targets in week 2. He's got touchdown upside in a high-powered Rams offense, but I just leverage that as you sell him off a high-scoring week. Running back Leonard Fournette. Buy Fat Lenny. The Green Bay Packers have allowed the 2nd most rushing yards allowed per game through the first 2 weeks of the season, and the Buccaneers showed that amid all their injuries, they're willing to go full-on Operation Ground and Pound with Leonard Fournette. Through 2 weeks, they've posted a negative pass play rate over expectation. Lombardi Lenny benefited the most from the new offensive philosophy, totaling a week-high 26 touches in week 2 on an 87% snap share. Through 2 games, Fournette is RB7 in expected fantasy points versus RB18 in actual points. Buy him on the cheap now, while the rhetoric around the Buccaneers is very low. Running back Aaron Jones. I set the stage for Aaron Jones last week, proclaiming you'd want to sell him after a big week. Well, the boom week came in week 2, with Jones going off versus the Chicago Bears, giving you the opportunity to pull the trigger. Because of the usage, Jones split snaps again 50-50 with A.J. Dillon, but Dillon outcarried Jones 18-15, and both of them saw 3 targets. That gave Dillon the slight edge in terms of running back opportunity share for the 2nd straight week. With a tough matchup on deck versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in week 3, your duty, no, your mission, is to move off Jones at peak value right now. That completes my action items from week 2 and players that you should be buying, holding, and selling before week 3. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, subscribe, and share with all your non-league mate friends. But first, and before you go, if you want a chance to win a signed Derrick Henry Tennessee Titans jersey, courtesy of our friends at Pristine Auction, you need to subscribe to the Fantasy Pros YouTube channel right now. Comment below on this video, and that's it. We'll be announcing a winner right here on the channel. So make sure to turn on those notifications so you can be alerted when new episodes are up and to claim your prize.
Thanks for tuning in to the Fantasy Pros YouTube channel. Don't forget to check out our featured videos. And while you're at it, make sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at FantasyPros, so you can get the latest news and updates to give you the edge you need in your fantasy league.